Now, sorry guys, looking at the Five of Swords as the overall, this could be one of those situations where we need to be careful about how we are communicating. So this could be about a situation where there has been fighting, extreme miscommunication, somebody saying anything that they can in order to get what they want, or using words that purposely hurt. That's kind of what the Five of Swords is going to show, as far as the relationship goes. But I think that this is more toward the outcome than it is like over the entire reading. I do think that it kind of shows, though, at the beginning, but it still is an issue coming out here. But so you're coming into this with the Nine of Pentacles. This, for you, is either showing that, you're happy being single, or that we're talking about you waiting for somebody else to become single, and they are definitely focused on you. But they may be looking at you in terms of the King of Swords as being a little bit emotionally detached, although that is not the truth of air signs. I always caution people when it comes to that. Just because that is how the King of Swords is described does not mean that all Aquarians do not have emotions. That's just wrong. But this could also be this person looking at you like what you say hurts them. But they may be misinterpreting your language, because normally the King of Swords is going to be somebody who's very logical, reasonable, and diplomatic. But they may be looking at you like you don't want to be in a relationship because of you showing the Nine of Pentacles. But what's interesting is you move into this place with the Knight of Cups, where we're talking about the emotional offer that's being made. Now, you may be the one making this, or it could be them, but they're looking at it like this is a realistic opportunity this time with you. So with the Ace of Pentacles, we're talking about, something that could be very long lasting. But we're being practical about this. Even though you're showing the Knight of Cups, I don't think that either one of you are getting swept away in emotion. But like I said, this is either going to be about you or them making this offer. Now, if it's them making this offer to you, it's going to be about whether or not you choose to accept this. The problem is if communication has been strained in the past, there is going to be a need to kind of correct that. Now, if you are the one that is needing to make amends for, possibly saying something that you didn't mean, then I think that makes them like really, really happy, like over the moon, Now, one of the things that I'm getting from this, though, is I don't think that you intentionally said anything to hurt them. Okay, I think that they interpreted it that way. And instead of you going, well, you're wrong for thinking that, you just go ahead and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to communicate that way. Even though you didn't intend to do anything wrong, and you may not feel like you did anything wrong. It's like you're biting the bullet on it almost, right? But that is for the benefit of the other person because of the way that they're looking at you, especially in terms of communication. And they're really happy about this. Now, with the Page of Cups, we're talking about the communication of emotions that are being restored or brought back up in you. With the Two of Pentacles, we're trying to keep the situation going, but for whatever reason, this person may be blocked. They may be stuck. And I don't know that it's mentally, though. Because I really think that they're looking at you as the King of Swords in this situation, whether you're male or female. You may have a quick tongue. You get right to the point. There's no point in piddle-farting around or bullshitting. But they may be taking that in a really harsh way. But like I said, it's like you bite the bullet on that. And you want to make that right. They're really happy about that. But they can't move forward at all. So that may cause even more problems with miscommunication, especially if the both of you are like trying to figure this out, but looking at it from two different perspectives. You being that you may be dealing with somebody who's emotionally mature, which can be the case, Or you are looking at it like, I have these emotions surrounding this. I want to keep this going, but I'm not liking this situation, and I'm communicating that. They may be looking at it like, I'm just stuck. I don't know how to get past this, and it's causing fighting, but we're still trying to keep the situation going. But when do you guys both get to the point where it's like, we can't figure this out? You know, but I really think that that's on them, because they're the ones that are showing the Eight of Swords here. So, oh my goodness, Aquarius. One of the things that I'm kind of feeling around this is that maybe this person does not want to get out of a situation that they may already be in. And that may be, you know, I'm so sorry, you guys. That may be what's kind of going on with the Ten of Cups, because you're talking about family situations, right? You know, are they married, or are they with someone? But the thing is that this isn't a secret. What is the path that they may be wanting you to take, where they don't leave a situation. They may want you to, you know, do things like secretively, right? But in a way that it really shouldn't be done. And I think that, you know, you may consider this, but, you know, and then, right, like going back to the Two of Pentacles, that would kind of make sense, right? Especially if they're trying to figure out what to do with, you know, wanting to be in a relationship with you and what they're currently already dealing with. Oh boy. All right, let's talk about this. So first of all, the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups. This could be either you or them communicating the way that you feel, and you guys both feel the same way about each other with the Two of Cups, right? And despite the fact that they can't move forward, they're not wanting to let go of this relationship. And I also don't think that they want anything to change. They want to continue the communication, right? They're just trying to maintain things right now. So they may be trying to maintain this situation with you and somebody else, or a different situation entirely that may be preventing them from moving forward. It just depends on the situation, right? The problem is, you know, when we're talking about taking a path here that you haven't been down before, it may seem new and exciting to them, but for you, you know that this isn't exactly the right thing to do. Now, on the other hand, it may be that you're not really sure what their intentions are or what their plans are. They may not be telling you that, and you may be feeling like they're not being honest and upfront with you. Some of you may feel like they're just trying to get whatever they can out of you, looking at the Seven of Swords, right? Getting away with something. You know, but they want to maintain things with you, definitely. And they want to keep this communication like light. You know, it's almost like they want to, like, you know, follow me, please. You know, and I feel that way sometimes when the Page of Wands shows up with difficult things. But with the Five of Swords being there, we could definitely be talking about somebody who just like completely gets out of control. You know, and again, somebody who is not being mature about the situation, because of the pages showing up. But this is where you start to consider what the best course of action is here, but you're not really following through on anything. Even though they may want you to take a certain path, you don't really make the decision to do this. I think you consider it. Now, that may make them a little bit bitter. You know, I don't necessarily feel like that's you in this situation. And even if that's how they're looking at you, again, it's not accurate. I really think that you're dealing with somebody that just, you know, misinterprets everything. It's like two extremes almost. And that may be why we're looking at the pages in terms of communication. You know, there's not a whole lot of maturity there. But, you know, I would be careful with who you're dealing with here, no matter how strong the feelings are. And no matter how much you feel like, you know, this is a relationship that you want to follow, they really need to figure out what the hell they're doing here. You know, because you shouldn't have to feel like you don't know what their intentions are or what it is that they actually want, besides what they tell you. So, first of all, with Justice, we're talking about things needing to be corrected again, right? And with the Nine of Wands, that kind of reinforces that, because you're talking about somebody who wants to come in and try to fix things with you. But looking at Justice, you know, this may be one of those things where it's not, You can't just say, I love you and everything be okay. They're really going to have to make up for something here. Now, with the Hangman, we're talking about waiting on somebody to become available. And with the Two of Pentacles, somebody is like hesitant about approaching another person. So this may be one of those things where you're dealing with a person, and this could be you, right? You can flip the script on this. But this is going to be about somebody here who is wanting to make things right. They know that they've got, a big job ahead of them here with justice. But you may be looking at it like, how are you going to try to make things right with me if you're not even available to do that right now? And that may be what's like stopping them from trying to approach you to fix things. I really think that you may be dealing with somebody who's still in a relationship. And, it's coming up again. But with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, the thing is that even if this person does get the balls to approach you, you are going to be looking at it like, you know what, I'm not going to be tempted by that. I'm good on my own and I can satisfy myself. And I think that with the Empress, you're really kind of like moving into this place where you're healing and releasing it. They may feel like they need to make amends, but I think that for you coming out, it's like, I'm good with it. And I would rather not be involved with you. I would rather see what else is available to me because I am the shit right now. I mean, really, that's what you look like coming out. And again, whether you're male or female. But I would say for the Aquarius females, yeah. I think that you know that you can do better. Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. How the hell are they going to fix things with you if they're not willing to leave a situation that they know isn't good for them? I mean, that really is what the Three of Swords is about. Now, in some cases, it can show that somebody is wanting for a couple to break up. Now, if that's you, Aquarius, stop it. Don't do that, right? But I really think that this is somebody that, is worried that, like, time is running out with you. Right? But they really have to fix things here. But I think that they also need to think about what is fair and balanced and right to do in their own situation. And then the King of Wands, and I get that, right? And that would make sense why we're looking at the Hangman, especially if you get in this place where you're like waiting on them to figure their shit out. Because with the King of Wands, right, this is somebody who is very attractive. Somebody that is very passionate, and it would make sense that you're kind of like waiting to see what they do. But the thing is that, they're not approaching you. They're not approaching you, right? And this may be, oh man, really about them needing to figure this out. And it's like, what are you waiting for? If you know that this is a bad situation, take care of this shit so that there isn't this like hesitation on approaching you. To fix things here. And then the Four of Pentacles, you're going to have to try a little bit harder, bud. You may at some point have a little bit of an attraction toward them, and there may be still a little bit of that passion, but ultimately coming out, I think that you realize that this person just can't do it for you anymore. And I think that you realize that you can do better, and you're letting it go, right? I can forgive and I can let it go. I'm more interested in seeing what else is available for me, because the Four of Pentacles is like trying to fan the flames of passion, but they need to try harder, and you may not be into it. Like, yeah, no, this is not going to work for me. So you look okay coming out. But what I worry about here is, this is going to be for those of you who have a partner whose like ex is still like in the picture. Okay. So you come in with the Seven of Swords. You're not connecting. You're not talking. You're not physically connecting. And I always look at this as a truth needs to be spoken somewhere. And I think that that truth has to do with maybe you or your partner being focused on somebody else, but all this is like another notch in the belt. When I look at the Knight of Swords, this is about conquering. Somebody who, has control and can say, yeah, I got a piece of that. That's basically what that is, right? Now, the reason why you may not be connecting is because you or your partner may feel like you don't have that kind of control in the relationship. But my thing is the fucking Five of Wands, because we're talking about somebody who's keeping an eye on your relationship, right? And it's not that they're doing anything, but they're watching. But the thing is with the Eight of Cups, right? This may be somebody who's watching for trouble and is trying to insert themselves, but the other person's not having it here with the Eight of Cups. They're pushing it away, right? But what I worry about here with the Knight of Swords is, you know, a partner focused on, you know, wanting to maybe experience it again, but I don't necessarily feel like any of that's happening because there's nothing here indicating like actual cheating. But what I don't like is, you know, the instigator here. And it's not the Page of Swords, but still, that's bad enough. And it's creepy too to me, right? Like somebody just waiting for the right opportunity to try to kind of like push themselves in. Now, with the Four of Wands and Strength, if we're talking about giving your relationship a chance, this may be where, you know, you guys stop taking this seriously and start having fun with each other again, and you're finding the strength to do that. And then not only that, but somebody is finding the strength to do what's right, not what's wrong here in this situation. I think that the issue is that somebody is getting a little bit lazy, and maybe we just need to start having a little bit more fun, right? So even though this person may not be giving a lot of effort to the relationship, right? I don't think you or the other person here, whoever it is that's having to deal with this, is actually going to follow through on it. I don't think that that's what's happening at all. I think that somebody needs to start putting in some more effort so that that temptation doesn't allow it, or how do I put this? They need to start putting in more effort so that somebody else is not tempted to find it somewhere else. There we go. If I could fucking spit it out. But yeah, I would say that, you know, you're really going to have to find the strength to start having more fun in this relationship so we can get out of this kind of funk, you know. But clearly this is a relationship that you need to give a chance, right?